8 police officers in hospital.
Chaotic scene.
What's up, all the b-boys and all the b-girls representing here, tuning in to this new tutorial. And for all the people out there that have been asking and spamming me for Munchmill tutorials, today is your lucky day. And we're about to start right now. So of course, before learning a Munchmill, you want to be able to do a normal windmill. And if you can do a normal windmill, then you're all good to go. If you do not know how to do a normal windmill, then I must recommend one of the best tutorials on the net by this guy called bboy Sambo. Also, on my YouTube channel, you will find tons of other tutorials, so make sure to check that out. So we are going to start by crossing the feet at the right moment. Keep the legs in the usual position, but the moment your back hits the floor is the exact same moment that you have to cross your feet. If you cross those legs a little too early or a little too late, you're gonna mess up your rhythm and make the Munchmill even more awkward than it already is. Once you cross those legs, you wanna keep those feet up. This will keep you on your shoulders and not on your lower back. For a nice form, you wanna keep your knees at a respectable distance from one another. So I have seen countless people do this step really well, like from the first time. But as they move on through the other phases, they kind of forget this. And then the timing kind of gets messed up again. So don't forget, while going through this tutorial, the timing of the legs is really important. You can actually choose which leg you want to put to the front while crossing, because I've seen b-boys doing both and both have great results. Just go with whatever feels good for you and it'll make it work. Next up, we're going to create a small hop and or pump. At this point, we are in the perfect position to create a hop. But while landing, you want to keep the following things in mind. You want to pull those legs back in while you land, and while doing this, you want to keep those feet up. So with this in mind, we can actually try it in a full rotation. Cross those legs at the right moment, create the pump to hop. Then after all that, you want to pull those legs back in and keep those feet up while you land your Munchmill. As you can see at this point, I'm using my hands to keep myself safe so I don't fall on my chin or on my knees. The hands will also help you to keep this Munchmill in motion while you are actually learning this move. Use the hands as much as you need them, just as long as you keep your windmill going and that you do not injure yourself. So at this point, when teaching Munchmills, I get to see a lot of random stuff. So what you really want to do is think, because it's a lot of timing, all right? You want to time your legs when you cross them. You want to kick out at the right time. And then, especially when you land, you want to pull those legs in at the same time as well, while keeping those feet up so you stay on your shoulders and not on your lower back. So obviously the hop is a really crucial part of the Munchmill. But what's equally important is pulling those legs back in once you land. This is the secret for maintaining speed without your hands during your Munchmill. And if you don't pull those legs back in after each Munchmill, you're probably gonna lose speed and eventually you're gonna start rolling over the floor. The best way for me to explain this to you is kind of like comparing it to a head spin or somebody that's ice skating. When these people are spinning around, and they're bringing their legs in, they're making themselves smaller. And then gravity is gonna do its part. You're gonna go faster and you're gonna create more speed. So this is what's actually happening every time you pull those legs back in during the Munchmill, is you're creating more speed. So the best method I have found to train and practice multiple Munchmills is by combining it with the normal windmill. So you want to start out by trying one Munchmill and then combining it back to a normal windmill. Then you want to do 2 Munchmills and combine that with a normal windmill, followed by 3, 4, and so on and so on. If you can push 3 Munchmills up to a windmill, I advise you to try the following combo. You want to go from 2 Munchmills to a normal windmill, and then from that normal windmill, you want to go back to like 2 or 3 Munchmills. So while doing that last combo, you really want to watch those legs, because you're going to go Munchmill, Munchmill, windmill. Just make sure when you're going from that windmill to that Munchmill that you cross the legs at the exact same moment that we had talked about in the beginning of this tutorial. So this should be the last stop before you start executing 10 Munchmills and really start mastering it. So I just want to say, I'm really proud of you. So when it comes to using your head or placing your head on the floor while doing the munchmill, you can actually choose for yourself, because I preferably do not want to put my head on the floor, but I see a lot of people that do it, and it does have a little impact on your form. There's not a good one, there's not a bad one. They're just two different options. So if you prefer to roll over your head while doing the munchmill, it's all good. So if you start to master and really understand the legwork of the munchmill, you're gonna reach a point where the munchmill just becomes so easy that you can do it at any moment, any day, any time, any place, with any injury. Well, almost. And why am I saying this? It's because when I do a showcase or when I'm performing somewhere and I really don't feel like going all out, I just do 15 to 20 munchmills and everybody's always impressed. I don't hurt myself in any way, it's all good. That's how easy the munchmill becomes if you really get your technique on lock. Be creative on how to use your arms and hands when you don't need them anymore. It's always good to have your own style or your own way of doing a munchmill. So when you're gonna go all out at practice and you're gonna do your munchmill full out, just keep in mind that it's okay to use your hands as long as you keep it going. Obviously, your goal is to get a munchmill without using your hands, but you have to take your time and use your hands to learn this. It's just gonna make it go faster for you. Just slowly start using your hands less and less throughout your trainings. So I hope you guys learned a lot from this tutorial. Don't forget to show this to your friends, and if you teach kids, show them this video. It's gonna help you a lot. For many other tutorials, just go and visit my website or just check out my YouTube channel for new videos and updates. Now let me just add this, that I absolutely don't care about likes or subscribers or thumbs up or the whole shebang. But YouTube does have me by the balls, because the more you guys react to all these videos, the more exposure it gets. So if you want to help me out, you know, from brother to brother, from b-boy to b-boy, you know, from good guy to good guy, you know, you just hit them random comments like
X, Y, Y, Z.
Enter, and then more, and then just hit some of those comments so we can get this video to the top, so we can get rid of all those crappy other tutorials there are out there. Alright? Never quit, keep training, peace, and I'll see you in like 1 minute on my next tutorial. Peace.